Hello from Utah. We are stranded. We got to Salt Lake City on Saturday. It is now Thursday. Kismet is back in the mechanics shop. We are not sure when we're going to depart from here, but our wonderful friends, Blake and Julie and fam, have allowed us to stay in their house. Our wonderful friends, Dresden and Logan, have lent us one of their cars to use while we're here. And so we've been kind of hanging out, keeping it pretty low, but today we wanted to get out, and based on Logan's suggestion, we took the Alpine Loop, which is a very scenic drive up through, I guess it would be the Provo Canyons. The middle point of that drive is the Sundance Resort. That's where we're going. Okay, we made a little pit stop.
And this thing has glitter in it.
Yeah, I know, look at this. Strawberry fields with glitter. Here, Amy, let me see your cup.
There you go.
Made a little stop at Sundance, the famed ski resort. I've never been here in the summer. It's really pretty. The drive, as you saw, was very pretty. Megan got a yummy turkey bacon avocado that now has soda on it, which just spilled everywhere. So that's gonna be Emerson's half the sandwich. It's all right, bud. I got an Italian chop, and then we got a really yummy dessert too. It's all right, bud. We'll get you dialed in, dude. It is Sunday. It is July 28th. Exactly a week ago yesterday, we arrived in Utah. So we were here for a full week, and that was very splendid and pleasant. We are headed to Idaho right now. But before we leave town, before we leave civilization, we had to stop at Trader Joe's, right? Who knows the next time we're gonna see Trader Joe's, right, babe? It could be eons. We got stocked up. The motorhome is in fine working order. It was a little rough getting out this morning. It was a little hard to say goodbye to our friends, but we're hitting the road. Little pit stop here. We are headed out of Utah. Before we leave, I just want to say a huge, massive, heartfelt, genuine thank you to everybody in Utah that supported us while we were there. Blake and Julie, Corey, Parker, Andy, Georgie, we love you guys so much. Thank you very much for having us in your home and everything that you did for us. We had so much fun. Emerson had a blast on the bike parade. Dresden, Logan, thank you for your generosity in letting us use your car for the week. That made things so much easier, and we really appreciated it. On the Kismet mechanical front, we are not quite sure what's going on with her. The thing we took Kismet in for was, we thought, a drivetrain issue. There's a weird sound that happens kind of periodically after we shift. We thought it was maybe the U-joints or maybe the carrier bearing or something like that. They inspected all of that and they said it all looks great. I know it looks rusty in the video I just showed you, but they said it's all in good shape. But we had a recall fixed while we were in there, and they did a bunch of other inspection work. So that was good. Kind of gives us some peace of mind. And we also got it all for free because they scratched our door and felt really bad about it. We are now headed out of Utah to Idaho, but just for a single night. One other thing before we go, and speaking of Utah, I think this company is from Utah, Easy Plate. This was something that I got kind of last minute before we left on our trip. Compressor. Why would you need a compressor, Brett? Well, because this tire right here has a slow leak. I think it's the valve stem. That means pretty much every other day we need to pump it up again. How do we know that it has a slow leak? Because that little device in there, tire pressure monitor. So those are two things that I'm very happy we got. The tire pressure monitor and this compressor. The cool thing is it's got alligator clips, so we can just plug it right in to our battery. From Idaho. We are dispersed camping. Pretty nice spot. A couple things that we weren't really expecting that I'll tell you about. First though, before we get into all that, before we start the day, I'm gonna make some coffee. Some organic Demerara sugar, a little half and half. Pretty good way to start the day. Are you guys familiar with the Jetboil? Jetboil. What a fantastic piece of kit. This thing can boil like 3 cups of water in about 30 seconds. Pretty slick design. We had a night last night, y'all. It was a night here at the campground. Let's go check in on Megan and see how she's doing.
Morning.
Good morning. How'd you sleep last night, babe?
There were trains, lots and lots of trains that sounded like they were literally going to tear through our RV.
I mean, the train track is like right there, which a train just going by,
Seemed like it would be fine.
not a big deal.
But you know what isn't fine? We had to actually cross the train track to get into this campsite. And you know what that means? That means that they have to blare their horn multiple times as they approach and use the crossing directly next to us.
Which only serves this campsite, which is so ridiculous. It's like, it's probably 100 feet away. It was bad.
I mean, there was one guy last night, he thoroughly enjoyed it. I know he did. Because it wasn't just a light, like,
Toot toot.
beep, beep. It was like,
So much.
beep. Like, he was just enjoying it at that point.
Oh my gosh. Amy, do you remember the trains? Do you remember the trains last night?
Amy, what did you do when our train went by? Show me.
Do it. Do it real quick. Do it. Yeah, he covered up.
Emerson dove under the covers every time one by.
Gosh, that was crazy. all night long. So we're about to get on the road. We are staying at Lower Portneuf Campground, which I can link to or provide information if desired. It's a free dispersed, I don't know if it's actually U.S. forestry land or not, but it's a free dispersed camping site. The thing that's pretty cool about it, aside from that terrain, is it's right next to a river and some actually pretty cool little waterfalls. There were some people here fishing. Amy and I went into the river. It was cold, but not unbearable. So if you're in the area and you don't mind trains waking you up 8 times a night, stop by for a pleasant, free camping experience. Oh, look at that. There's a hat. It's not cool though. Otherwise, free hat, I would have taken it. We're about to hit the road to Wyoming, to a place called Alpine. And we have a very special place that we're gonna stay tonight. I'll show you in a little bit. But first, on our way, found a cool little pit stop. Hopefully it's cool. Maybe a little foreshadowing to a national park we're gonna go to sometime soon. Stay tuned. Okay, we made it to Soda Springs, Idaho, which is in Caribou County. A couple of cool things about this random little town. Back in the Cold War, this was one of a network of aerial observation posts where citizens would be on the lookout for enemy like blimps and aircrafts that they felt like were trying to attack our interior. So there's a little observation post over there, and that's where people would volunteer. The other cool thing about Soda Springs is there's a little geyser, which is valved to release pressure every hour on the hour, which right now it is 11:53. So we're hoping this thing will pop in just a few minutes.
So the history of this geyser is that in 1937, they were trying to drill down to get a hot spring to come up and divert water. But what ended up happening is that they hit a gas chamber and then hot water started gushing out in huge volume. It says that it was more than 70 feet in the air. And so the town demanded that they figure out how to cap it to stop this massive amounts of water from coming out. So it took them 2 weeks, but they did. And now they do have kind of a pressure valve on there that keeps it kind of just bubbling for an hour. And then every hour on the hour, apparently it goes off. So that's what we're waiting to see here in just a few minutes.
That's right, that's why it smells stinky, huh? Sulfur gas, you're absolutely right, Emmer. Standing down on this walkway is so interesting because the amount of just mineral buildup on everything is insane, and it looks so cool. The wood planks are just completely like, oh, I don't know, almost petrified because they're covered with mineral. And the other cool thing I like about this type of like geology is these rad formations of mineral buildup that occur. Like, how crazy does that look? That's it for Soda Springs. Fun little stop. We have about an hour and a half drive to Alpine, Wyoming. This view, folks. Not bad, huh? This is the cool thing about the type of camping we're doing. Pull up, don't mind that weird old trailer right there, but look where we are. Melvin Brewing. That's our home for the night, huh, babe? Yep. We're gonna go check it out. Emerson's got his Wyoming shirt on because where are we right now?
Wyoming.
Yeah, cool. This is Emerson and Megan's first time in Wyoming. Okay, let's hit it. Let's check out the brewery. Megan got her favorite non-alcoholic beer. I went full octane with a flight of 4, a West Coast style Pilsner, a Mexican lager, a West Coast IPA, and a Kenyan Mothership Drip coffee stout. That seems pretty good, right?
Looking like a fool, just trying to get your attention now.